Hello. Welcome. I wanted today, as we usually do, is to do a catch-up video from what we've done. So today is week 9, and we've been looking at the importance of self, mainly through mindfulness. So I'm going to just go through the workbook. Some of it we covered today. Some of it I said I would cover in more depth in this because we kind of got sidetracked with what's been going on over the weekend. So the first thing that I was talking about with regards to mindfulness is it's about accepting that thoughts that come into our mind are always going to come into our mind. But because those thoughts come in doesn't mean that they're real. And I think the way that mindfulness has helped me is by making me more aware of the thoughts that come in, being able to avoid some of them, and certainly not getting caught up in others that come along. I'd like to say every time this happens, but it doesn't. But it is there, and it has helped me tremendously. So I'll read this out to you, noticing and observing your thoughts. One of the biggest benefits of mindfulness is to help you and your mind find some peace and calm from the constant whizzing thoughts that at times feel like they might never stop. The key to this is to learn to start to observe your thoughts. Imagine being sat at the side of a very busy road. You're safe on an embankment and are just watching as the vehicles as they whiz past. These vehicles symbolise your thoughts as they go rushing past. In the real world, you would never run into the road and try to slow things down or to make them stop. However, this is what we try to do with our thoughts. We want to unpack each thought. We want to try to understand what they're saying. And most importantly, we want to believe every thought is real. Being mindful is about noticing your thoughts and, like the observer at the side of the road, letting that thought pass without getting caught up in it. The other way as well that I was taught to look at this is if you think about the most beautiful blue sky on a nice summer's day, feeling warm, and you're just sat leaning against a beautiful big tree, just looking up at the sky, admiring the different colours of blue that are there. And you notice that there's a white cloud that's just gently making its way across. And I ask you then at that point just to watch as that cloud makes its way across. Notice the shape of the cloud. Just observe as it travels in its own time across the blue sky. And the way that I was taught is that those are your thoughts. It's the ability to be able to watch and observe as your thoughts go past, as opposed to being in the midst of them and trying to bring them down. Because if we have a thought, we tend to get a feeling that goes with it, that then kicks back, that goes, there's something wrong with me. So the thought is something's wrong with me. So then it makes the heart pound a little bit more and the feeling gets bigger and it just spirals. So it's just about noticing, oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. All right, let's have a look at that. Or just noticing and recognising it's there. So that to me is how I look at mindfulness. We then looked at this calendar, which is from actionforhappiness.org. They have a different calendar that is free every month. This one, they're doing Mindful March, as I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing a Mindfulness March one as well at the moment. And what we did is we spent some time looking at each of the days, and what I said I would have done if we'd been in a class, or if you're able to print this out, is I would then circle the ones that really appealed to me. A lot of them do have a thread within each other. Now, some people will want to do Monday the 1st, Tuesday the 2nd, Wednesday the 3rd. I tend to find that feels like it's putting quite a lot of pressure on me, because if I miss one then, I then kind of use that as a stick to beat myself with. So for me, it would be about kind of choosing what I wanted and when I wanted to do it. So that's the idea of this. I don't mind if you just kind of get 3, 4, 5 or 6 of them. And the idea is then is to just transfer them onto your calendar so that you can start to do them. And I don't mind if you're repeating each one. I'm okay with that. A lot of them are, if we take an example, notice 5 things. So number 2, notice 5 things that are beautiful in the world outside you. Number 4 is a lovely one. Notice how you speak to yourself. Try to use kind words. Number 13, pause to just watch the sky or clouds for a few minutes today. If you find, number 18, if you find yourself rushing, make an effort to slow down. There will be some that will appeal to you and some that you think, not for me. But have a look at the calendars that you can get every week, every month, and you can print them out. There is also a free app as well from them. They're a really nice site. So on there is a calendar for March as well, if you want to then just kind of look to plan a couple of things in, or maybe use it the other way around to record it, of what it is that you've done that day. So there are two ways of being mindful. So how do we cultivate a mindful way of being? So there's so many ways to practical mindfulness. Sometimes I just enjoy sitting in silence and listening to a guided meditation, or just focusing on my breathing. This is what I would call a formal practice. Then on others days, this feels like too much of a reach. It feels like I'm getting more agitated even thinking about being still. These get fully our days when I can tap into a more informal practice. These are the moments when you can fully focus on a task in front of you. These tasks are your daily routines or things that you enjoy and can lose yourself in. Think about the habits that you have or how you like to spend your time. I absolutely love being outside and tinkering in the garden. I love the creativity of designing new pots to show off the splendid colours of spring and summer, or sitting outside with my morning cup of tea, simply enjoying the rising sun on my face and listening to the sound of the birds. Cultivate as many different ways you can practice mindfulness. Make them part of your daily routine, allowing them to become second nature, giving you the opportunity to allow your mind to enjoy some stillness and calm. So the formal practice, mindful breathing, meditation, and other mindful meditations, which you can practice daily. A mindful body scan 3 to 4 times a week. Informal practice, practice daily activities and tasks with full focus and attention on a task, e.g. brushing your teeth, having a shower, doing the dishes, taking a walk. Noticing the sun on your face, feeling the water on your body whilst you're showering. This next one follows on from there, and I would ask you if it's okay just to spend a little bit of time thinking about and continue to keep thinking about and keep adding to this the different kind of formal ideas that you're able to do for mindfulness and informal ideas. Just keep adding to them week in, day out, until you come up with a great list, because some days you'll think, I don't want to do that, and the other days you think, oh, I forgot, that's perfect, that would be great for today. I love this saying that we've got in here: we can't stop challenging things happening to us, but we can learn to respond wisely rather than react automatically to them. That to me is what mindfulness is about. It just gives you that space to just stop and pause in the moment. Doesn't mean that it might not hurt if somebody's said or done something, but what we're not doing is we're not attacking back. We're just letting it be there. Notice how we're feeling. For me, sometimes I would then go for a walk, or I would just put it down for a little while, and then I would come back to it when I'm back into a place where I feel more grounded, so that my response to that is a response that I'm happy with, as opposed to a reaction which could either inflame a situation or can be used against you. That's what they're after. They're after a reaction from you. Also, what I added as well this week was I've started to do some different planning for myself in Rainbow, and these are some of the ones that I've started to add. So I've put the different colours for the different things that really help me when it comes to mindfulness. So thinking time, getting out my writing out. Got orange there, time to listen to my Calm app or put a meditation on. The purple one, like going for a cuppa, listening to the radio. Reading and research time, which is the green one, and an outside time, reading, gardening, going out with the boys, going out with the dogs. These are, have I done one underneath as well? Yeah, I thought I had. These are also then for your colours, and this can continue. You can do whatever you wanted to do in there, but it's just a reminder to make sure that we're adding in daily, that we're adding in something that works for us. It could just be going out for a walk. But that's 5-10 minutes or even longer mindfulness that you're able to do. And it's just, mindfulness is a way of just letting your mind chatter away, just let it be there. Well, maybe what you're doing is just looking. I mean, going for a walk at the moment is delightful because you've got all of the colours from the daffodils, you've got the greens that are starting to come through on the leaves of the trees, you've got the crocuses, you've such beautiful colours that are right there at the moment. to really get absorbed in the colours that you can see, about the new growth. Stop and look at the trees, stop and look at the bushes. Can you see the new growth that's on there? And while you're doing it, feeling your feet on the floor and just taking a really nice big deep breath in. I have a different version of that planner. That could be, so I'm doing mine as a couple of things. I'm recording what I do as well during the day, but then I've got a planner to plan things as well. And again, you can use that however that works. Put your different colours in there as well, however that works for you. So thank you for your time. Be kind to yourself. Mindfulness is about having moments. Please, if we're doing you're doing a guided meditation and you get just one moment of peace and the rest of the time the mind's talking to you, know that that's okay. Just notice that that's where that is. Don't be disheartened by it. It takes just lots and lots of little practices doing different things. And there'll be times in life where none of it seems to or feels like it works, and that's all right too. Just notice that's where that is. As always, if you've got any questions or you've got anything going through your mind about this, need any clarity, please just let me know. I hope you've enjoyed today's session and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you ever so much.